All right, guys, so last day of the week, we made it to our Thursday, which is technically Friday. It feels like, thank goodness. We're going to do a review of what we've done all week. I've been watching you guys, and some of you are still struggling with this a little bit. Some of you are simply just copying your neighbor, it looks like. This is a big part of your quiz. Next Wednesday, it's a big part of your test that will be coming up in a couple of weeks. You need to make sure you know how to do this. So today we're just going to spend the day reviewing. You don't have this sheet. This is from a different note packet that I'm doing in a different class, but I need you to pay attention and watch how I do this. It's kind of the same concept of what we did the other day. So just as a reminder, slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. Today, all you are doing is writing things in slope-intercept form. That's it. If they give you the slope, they give you the y-intercept, you plug it in there. You're not going to be like identifying slope, anything like that. Your answers will simply be y equals equations. A lot of you are forgetting the x. Don't forget the x. It's part of your equation. So again, M stands for slope. And we're going to see that there's a couple of different ways to do that. And then B stands for your y-intercept. So on Tuesday, I noticed that finding equations from the graphs was a little tough. So I want to take a second and really chat about this. And I'm not going to go through all of these examples, but I do want to talk about how to do this, because I think that maybe because we were doing that Google Meet, things got a little bit hectic. So I'm going to zoom in here so you can see. We're going to do example 1. When you have to write an equation in slope-intercept form from a graph, you still need these two things. You need to know the slope, and you need to know the y-intercept. Once you know the slope and once you know the y-intercept, you can write it in slope-intercept form. The graph problems, I think personally, will be the ones that are a little bit more difficult than the others. So you need to be careful with those. So when you're writing the equations, I find it easiest to find the y-intercept first. The y-intercept is the number or the point where the graph is crossing the y-axis. So here's my line. Here's my y-axis. This is my y-intercept. This is where it's crossing. So I go to 0, 0, and to get to my y-intercept, I go 1, 2, 3 down. So that's a -3. That's my y-intercept at -3. Now I need to find my slope. So I go from this point to this point using rise over run. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4 up, positive direction, and then 1, 2 to the right, which is another positive direction. You cannot leave it like this though, because this can be reduced to 2. So I have a slope, or an M is 2. I have a y-intercept, or B is -3. Now I can go and plug it into that slope-intercept form. Y equals 2x minus 3. Let me show you one more. And then I've got two more examples, and then you guys are off and running today. So for the number 2 one, or the second example, I'm going to show you, and again, you don't have this packet. These are just me finding things to help you out more. Again, you have to write the equation in slope-intercept form. In order to write an equation in slope-intercept form, you need a slope and you need a y-intercept. So the first thing we're going to find is this y-intercept, and it's right here. It's where it's crossing the y-axis. So from 0, 0, I go 1, 2 down, which is a negative direction, so -2. Now to get from here to here, I go 1, 2, 3, 4 up, so +4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the left. Left is a negative direction. So 4 over -5. So I rose up 4 and I ran 5 to the left. And that can't be reduced, so we're going to leave it like that. So now my equation, y equals m, so 4 over -5, x. and then minus 2. I hope that helps some of you a little bit. I know, like I said, we did try to do that Google Meet in class, and it got a little hectic because I kept getting like kicked out or froze up. So that's how you write an equation in slope-intercept form from a graph. Now, if they give you the slope and if they give you the y-intercept, that's best case scenario because you just plug them right into that equation. So the other thing that we did yesterday is you were given equations in standard form. So this is standard form, ax plus by equals c. So you were given them in standard form, and you just had to convert them. Not just convert, you had to convert them. And sometimes that can be difficult. So I want to walk through, I'm going to walk through a couple of these because I really want to make sure you know what's going on. I'm going to take a look at number 8 first here. So if we take a look at number 8, we'll zoom in a little bit. I think I'm getting the hang of this stuff. We need to solve for y. Really, the whole goal of all of this is to get y by itself. So to get this chunk by itself, and basically what you do for all of these, is you bring the x part over to the other side first. So this is a positive 5x, so I'm going to subtract 5x. And it's gone. Bring down the 2y. Now you want to put this minus 5x out in front, and then this is a minus 2. We want to put the minus 5x or the negative 5x out in front first because we have the final product written as mx plus b. Once we have this, we still need to get y by itself. So the only thing attached to y is a 2, so you're going to divide by 2. And you divide each piece by 2. So it cancels on this side, and you're left with y equals negative 5 divided by 2 gives you a negative 2.5. No decimals, so we're going to leave it as negative 5 over 2x. Negative 2 divided by 2, that can reduce to negative 1. That's it. Today you won't have to say like slope is negative 5 halves, y-intercept is negative 1. You won't have to do that today. Let's take a look at number 9. I feel like if I give you more, I'd rather give you too much than not enough. For number 9 here, same thing. We need to get y by itself, and you're going to see the same process here. Bring the x over, then divide. Bring the x over, then divide. So we're going to subtract 2x. And again, we're not really subtracting 2x over here. We're just rewriting it. Negative 4y equals, put this part out in front, minus 2x or negative 2x. This 28, there's no sign out in front of it, so it's positive 28. Then to solve for y, divide by that negative 4. Everything gets divided by negative 4. So now I'm left with y equals, and then now this is where you have to be careful. Negative 2 divided by negative 4. A negative divided by a negative is a positive. Positive. So we're going to have a positive slope. 2 over 4 reduces to 1 over 2. X. Positive 28 divided by a negative 4 is a negative 7. So there's my equation. Just for good luck, we'll do one more. I'll feel better if I leave you with way too much. So then number 10 here. So again, solve for y. Same process, bring the x's over. This is a positive 3x, so we're going to subtract 3x. Negative y, remember always look to the left, negative y equals, rewrite this, negative 3x plus 5. Now you can't leave this as negative y. This is like a negative 1, so we're going to divide everything by negative 1. And really when you divide by a negative 1, all that happens is you change the signs on the other side. So we have y equals negative 3 divided by negative 1. Negative divided by negative is a positive. And then a positive 5 divided by negative 1 is a negative 5. So I hope that helps a little bit. As always, I will be keeping an eye on you guys, watching your assignments. If you have problems along the way, some of you guys have figured out that you can type in that little text box for the specific problem that you're having, because I am watching 32 of you at a time. So if you have a specific problem that you're struggling with, make sure you comment, write me a little note down there. Quiz Wednesday, though, will be a lot of this and graphing. So we will be graphing Monday, which will be really fun virtually, but I think I figured it out. If you have any issues, don't hesitate to reach out, and I'll be watching your assignments. Good luck.